seems that after you've helped to win the war, you'll still have another battle on your hands, and legs and things. The Battle of the Bulges. And here are some of the latest mechanized units on maneuvers, or rather, womaneuvers. If you want to look like a sea nymph, you board the Streamliner, and away you go to health and happiness. It curves you right. There's a tum and place for everything, but the tum isn't the right place. Well, it all started with a rib, and now it's a rub. Eve certainly moves with the times, and she's making sure that her moves will be graceful ones. The Battle of the Bulges is still on.
Yeah, just think, your great-grandma was kind of hot. That's Wednesday night again. And this is Wednesday Night Mouse Party. Tonight we have Guns and Barbecue. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, and thank God my great-grandmother was kind of hot, because, well, if she wasn't, I may not be here.
G-Webs, how you doing? Oh, fair to middling.
Fair to middling. Thanks for the links. Thanks for hosting.
Oh, no problem. Baron, how you doing?
See, if my great-grandmother wasn't hot, I'd be even uglier than I am now. Wouldn't want that.
So let's see who is out there so far. Yeah. M. Gabriel. G23. Our Attack and Daughters. Wesley Foster. DJ Play Nice. Gizzard Gary. Did I say Gizzard Gary? No. Roy Munson. 2 Live Mo. New York Outcast. Staying up late.
I'm trying to imagine how horrific it would be to see people that actually needed to lose weight using those machines. It'd be like a Willy Wonka horror movie. Somebody gets stuck in those gears.
Yeah, it's like the ones that shake you. You know, that had the belt that goes around your hips. I don't know. But, well, there were probably a lot less overweight people then. Pinned at the top of the comments, there's a link for this week's poll. Let me call that up. I'll take a look at it. There we go. There it is. So, in an average day, what do you drink the most? Water, soda, coffee, alcohol, or the tears of my enemy? Water took it with 56%. Coffee, 15%. Soda, 14%. Tears of my enemy, 10%. And alcohol, 6%. So at least one of you's laying on the floor.
Should we guess who that is?
Guns Barbecue said, the blood of my enemy straight from their heart. Karen Woodson's, what? Nobody does coffee all day. It would explain my constant need to order coffee mugs from Yankee. And DJ said, like you need to ask, hashtag diet till death, hashtag aspartame anyone.
Oh, God.
Hashtag I'm a pepper, you're a pepper. Hashtag 10, 2, and 4.
You know, if you drink too much of that, it'll make your hair fall out.
I cannot stand the taste of aspartame. I think yogurt is probably the only time that I'll eat it because you can't really taste it. But that aftertaste that you get from aspartame, I cannot stand. So I can't drink diet sodas, but I don't really drink soda anymore anyways.
Likewise.
It's an acquired taste.
It's awful.
Yeah.
a couple of years ago, I was at my parents' and I was like, "You got anything to drink besides tap water?" Because they live in the city, and the city was putting a bunch of crap in the water, and it was disgusting. And my mom was like, "Oh, we got ginger ale." I was like, "Oh, cool, I like ginger ale." And she goes and gets me ginger ale, and she goes back to the kitchen or whatever, and I look at my dad. I was like, "It's diet, isn't it?" And after I had taken a drink, he's like, "Yep." I was like, and she comes back, and I was like, "Can I just have water?" She's like, "What's wrong with the ginger ale?" I was like, "It's diet." She's like, "No, it's not." I was like, "Yeah, it is." She's like, "Your dad effing told you." I almost said bad word on pause the show. Sorry. And I was like, "No, he didn't." I was like, "I could taste it."
How fucking dare you try to curse on our show? God damn it!
I know. What the fuck's the matter with me?
Yeah, I've tried, a couple times over the years to drink diet soda, but I just can't. Just can't stand it. And I do like Dr. Pepper.
Yes.
The two sodas that I would get are Mountain Dew and Dr. Pepper, and then alternate between the two.
So there's a new strawberries and cream Dr. Pepper out. It's pretty freaking awesome.
I haven't tried that. The last new one I tried was the cream soda one, which wasn't bad.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good also. So I couldn't find it in an individual, so I had to buy a 12-pack, and I tried one, and I'm like, this is awesome. And then I immediately had to commit myself to my diet for this wrestling tournament that has a wrestle in a month. So I now have 11 strawberries and cream Dr. Pepper sitting in my fridge that are super tempting because they're actually very good. But I'm, for the next month, going to try and just eat eggs, tuna fish, and protein shakes. So if anybody would like to come to my place and pick up these strawberries and cream Dr. Peppers, I would appreciate it. I'm not going to ship them.
Just don't eat too much tuna at one time. You can actually get, I don't know if it's a syndrome or a disease. You can get something by eating too much tuna.
It's the mercury,
Tuna
right?
fish.
Probably.
Something like that.
And say it's only like a can or two a day. Have way more eggs.
I don't know how much.
What was that, G?
Only 2 cans a day you're going to be eating?
Tuna, yeah, but I'll be having somewhere between 6 to 8 eggs and multiple protein shakes.
That'll definitely do it.
And say protein intake will be very high. Calorie intake will be somewhere in a ballpark of about 600 to 800 calories.
I'm guessing gas emissions will also go up.
Good possibility. Good possibility.
Two Live Moo asked, said, sucralose and stevia are in some diet sodas. Do they bother you as well? I haven't had those. I know there's a stevia soda that's really popular around here, but I haven't tried them. But I kind of stopped drinking soda altogether. Maybe every couple of months or so I might have one, but I used to drink a lot. Gizzard Gary said tuna was better in the old days when it still had dolphin in it.
Yeah. Okay.
And Two Live Moo said that's ironic because Freddie Mercury died from too much beef. Ooh. New York Outcast said diet products use crack to keep people coming back. They know it doesn't taste good.
I tried Diet Coke with no caffeine, the gold can. God damn. How do people drink that?
Sounds awful.
I don't like Coke in either form, but I don't care for Coca-Cola. The cherry Coke is the only one that I can stand to drink, but regular Coke I don't like. I don't like Pepsi either.
So you don't like cola? Or is there
Yeah.
a brand you do like?
Not that I can think of. I don't mind like cola flavored candy or like gummies or something like that. That's okay, but I don't. But as a rule, I don't care for colas.
Coke and Pepsi
What's the
both are
worst?
disgusting.
What's the worst diet soda you can get?
All of them.
Well, I mean, one that tastes the worst.
They all
Like
taste the
Diet
same.
Grape.
They all taste the same.
Diet Root Beer is pretty bad too.
They all taste like bitch ass aspartame.
Diet root beer is pretty horrid. Diet cream soda would be pretty bad. Anything that's trying to be unique, I think, is going to be pretty bad.
I feel like Diet Dr. Pepper would probably be pretty horrid.
Yeah, there's people that really like it, but I think the same way. Like, you're trying to be Dr. Pepper and you just took a left and it's not Dr. Pepper.
But like if I had to choose between Diet Root Beer and Diet Dr. Pepper, I'd take the Dr. Pepper.
Well, they say Diet Dr. Pepper tastes more like Dr. Pepper.
Mm-hmm.
I think DJ's taken off. Have a good night, DJ. And he put out a couple ways if you're in crisis, contact somebody. Today was the 22nd, so barbecue, you did your 22 for 22 chat.
Yes,
today.
I did.
You want to tell everybody kind of thumbnail sketch of what that's about?
Just a suicide prevention / awareness campaign that I thought of, where if I, what, everybody wants to try and be the next Suit or Hitchcock or something like that, and I figured why not take that energy and try and harness it a little bit, and figured everybody and their mother has a 22, and one of the numbers associated with suicide is veteran suicide being at the number of 22 a day. Now that does go up and down from that number, but everybody knows it being 22. So I thought, what if people on the 22nd of the month took out 22 from their collection and just talked about suicide awareness and prevention, gave some resources down in the description of their video, as well as, pointed out some of those resources verbally while they're talking in the video. And then, they could show off the 22 that they chose for the video, whether it be a firearm or a piece of ammunition or whatever the case may be. And, just kind of combine the two.
Well, I think that's a good thing. Good
well,
thing
thank
to
you.
do. And I think I missed Mike McClune, Vanessa Kitty, and Pink Panther. It's out there. Pink said it tastes bad to you guys because you're drinking soda. If you'd switch to pop, it'd taste better.
What about soda pop?
I don't think they have pop around here.
And New York Outcast said diet water is horrible. The glass is always half empty. If on the internets, when I was looking up stuff about storing water, I came across more than one article that talked about leaving a glass of water out. If it's sitting out on a table or something. If it's been sitting for more than an hour or whatever, to throw it out, to dump it out. Somehow it went bad. That's
what houseplants are for, right?
Well, how many? Why? Why does your water? Why would your water go bad sitting out? How many people have not stills, wells? Get water from wells. That's water that's been sitting underground for more than an hour.
Yeah, but it's not sitting out.
Once it hits the air, then all the minerals can evaporate away. And then it's essentially sterile water. It's almost poisonous.
Dirty glasses?
Wash your glasses. I don't know if all the articles that I saw that said that were referencing the same, probably one other article that said that, and I just do not understand why anybody would think that was,
Think about a lake. There's no lake that just sits there for more than 6 minutes without being recycled.
I don't know. And, it could just be people who do, website articles that you see a lot of really stupid crap just because they have to pump out content every day. So, they just kind of start making up garbage to fill a page.
Well, what if you wanted to do viral marketing? You wanted to get something to go around, and you'd seed something in the middle of your article, or maybe above the headline or above the folder, whatever they call it, and then put a ridiculous article that would spread around.
I got a better idea. You need to flush your toilet every hour because the water went bad in it. How about that?
It won't
Sounds
be slippery
realistic.
enough to work.
It does after an hour. It does taste funny. So
Yeah.
That's only if you're drinking it out of the back. You got to drink it out of the bowl.
Mike McClune said, rather have regular soda pop occasionally than drink diet myself.
Yep.
And G23's hitting the rack. Have a good night, G23.
I switched to green tea instead of soda. That's mostly what I drink.
Very healthy of you.
That is why I switched, by the way.
I don't drink tea really anymore. I used to just make, like the Lipton's
Yep.
tea. Or when I lived in Eastern Washington, I'd make sun tea because for some reason, you could leave the jar in the hood of my Power Wagon and it would get like 150 degrees. So you could steep your tea. That, or we had one closet that got really hot. So you just stick it up on the shelf in the closet.
Closet tea? That doesn't sound good at all.
Interesting.
Doesn't want to come out. But yeah, Eastern Washington, it can get, you've got a few weeks of 100 plus in the summer, and then winter, it would be, kind of in the right around 0-ish for, you get a couple cold weeks. Best tea I ever had was probably my mother-in-law in Japan. She made, I don't know what the tea was, but she put a slice of Asian pear in it. That was really good tea.
Is that like Canadian bacon and it's really an apple or something?
Yeah, it's the texture is different. It's real coarse kind of texture to it, but they're pretty good. It kind of tastes like an apple-ish and kind of like a pear-ish. New York Outcast said, after the Boston Tea Party, I prefer coffee, but still sneak in some tea now and again. Guns and Waters out there.
I bet he drank water. I bet he voted for water.
That's what I that's what I drink, water. I'll make Tang or Crystal Light. Um, and then I'll have like half a glass of that maybe. But I drink a lot of water.
Same here.
And then at work, I have a 40-ounce thermos and a 20-ounce, and I'll go through those.
I see you didn't put milk on the list.
You
Well,
say milk with an
Yep.
E?
Milk.
Yeah, I can't put everything on the.
It's my
poll.
Washingtonian accent coming out.
Room temperature milk. Nice big.
Washington.
I used to drink a lot of milk. I'll have a nice glass of milk.
I had a glass of half and half today.
Why?
No sugar. I cut sugar out.
Seven Wonders out there. How's it going, Seven? It's been a while.
Nice. Yeah.
Pink said, best tea I ever had was green tea in an authentic Japanese restaurant. Would have drank them out of business. It was so good. What were you saying, Barbecue?
I was just going to say, I used to get made fun of when I was in school because, like, if we had a party in school or something, you get to have soda or something like that. And then I'd just be like, can I just go get water? Because that's all I'd want is water. That's all I drank growing up was water or unsweet tea.
Gary, whoops. Because Gary was asking, does milk come from elk? And then Two Live Moose said milk equals male elk.
Could be.
Ooh.
Then half and half was pretty thick.
Mike McLuhan wants to know, does almond milk come from almond titties then?
No, almond nipples.
Yeah, there was, God, I forget what brand it was, of almond milk that only had like 2% almond in it. They got sued over it a few years ago.
That's a ripoff.
I don't think I've ever had almond milk, any of the non-dairy milks.
They're pretty good.
I've never had them.
Oat is my favorite, but almond is pretty good too. Cashew is really good.
Because Gary says soy milk comes from soy boys.
I'm learning a lot from him.
Fake says I only drink Garden Hose brand water. Make sure you run it first to get all the spiders out. Remember that.
Slugs and yeah.
I only drink water that's been in the hose less than an hour.
Michael Dunn's out there.
Do kids still do that? Just, oh, I'm thirsty. I'll drink out of this water spigot.
My kids do.
Yes.
I still do it.
But it's partly because they'll be like, Dad, can I go in the house and get a drink? I'm like, there's the hose. They're like, okay.
Two Live Moose said almond milk comes from Almond Brothers. Unfortunately, there's one less almond in that. Now, oh, Michael Dunn said, I just saw something about someplace had camel milk. I don't know if it's a real thing.
I wonder if that comes from its toe.
I've seen camel milk at a store before, but they were out of it. I couldn't get any.
Which part of the camel does that come from?
They're mammals, so
Oh, I wasn't sure if it came from the toe or not.
Oh, it probably isn't too different than cow milk.
That's different.
Probably not. Let's see what Gizzard Gary has to say on
Have
this.
you ever had goat milk?
No, I
Never.
haven't.
No, but I'd like to.
Camel milk comes from cigarettes, he's going to say. You never had goat milk? Goat milk is, well, it's thicker because it's, whole milk or whatever, I guess it would be compared. But it's definitely got a different flavor to it.
Does goat milk come in half and half variety?
It almost always is way more than 2%, I think, because it's usually people want it for making butter or doing something, cheese out of it or something, or drinking it for some reason. So it's not like, at least I've never seen goat milk come in like different. You can usually get a version of it or maybe two if you're lucky.
Michael Dunn was saying it's $22.99 for a half gallon.
Wow.
No, thank you.
Of goat milk?
No, camel milk.
Camel milk.
Oh,
At the place I was
Shit.
at, it was at like I was at a deli, and I seen it on the cooler, and I was like, "Is that really camel milk?" And they go, "Yep." And I go, "Oh man!" And but they were out of it, and I think it was like, $6 for a half gallon. What do you say it was?
$22.99.
Wow.
Is there such a thing as too much info? Do we want to keep finding out what else we can get milk for? Horse milk?
Milk for everything. You get milk for everything that has milk.
probably cats.
Cat milk?
Yeah, I don't know. I've had breast milk.
That's not bad.
It's really sweet,
Yes, that's what I was about to say. It's kind of sweet.
and it was by accident. So.
Always. They never let you have it on purpose.
No. You get a little too into it, and then bam, there you go. Oh, oops.
I think we killed the chat.
Happens.
Yeah. Well, we kind of end up. Wasn't expecting to talk about.
Breast milk? Yeah, I mean, it did take kind of a wild turn there, huh?
Should we just go straight to the bracket then?
We had to put off the bracket.
Best milk bracket?
The bracket had a crack in it, so we have to have it welded up. So hopefully we'll have it back soon.
Have you considered letting AI take over your show? I don't really have dead spots in my shows anymore, and there's pretty much always lively conversation thanks to AI in the future.
I don't know. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to give myself up to the machine.
The machine.
I mean, these old-fashioned shows where you don't let AI tell you what to say is, it's kind of nostalgic. I like being in them, but I feel like robots could be telling us what to say.
I'm opening up a new chat. Where does camel milk come from?
The toe.
I'm asking the AI.
It'll just say camel. Michael's asking about the fundraising that ended a month ago. It ended at the end of February.
camel milk comes from female camels. No kidding.
Oh,
No shit.
oh snap!
Yeah, Gary, I was gonna say that, but DJ's not here anymore, so. I
What was
usually,
this?
oh, he said, Gizzard Gary said, "Welcome to the machine." Pink Floyd. I usually point my musical references at DJ. So I usually get them.
But we did raise funds. In fact, I just got the new one started. It's not the big one, but we did get a new one, and it's pretty nice. I was just telling everybody how cool it was over there.
Have you been able to do much with it yet, or
I've got like 6
take it
made
for a
now.
test drive?
I literally took it out of the box, took the tape off. There's like a lot of tape on it, so it doesn't get smashed up in shipping. Took the tape off of it, put thread in it, boom, started sewing immediately. The first one was perfect, so super stoked. And it's got a
So are
color
you-
display, so I think I can do better with it than I did before.
Are you seeing yet where your old machine? What was the machine and not?
Oh, yeah,
problems with the old machine and not capability problems. I mean,
Yeah, definitely. This one, it's. I wish I must have video of the old one running, but the old one sounds like a steam machine or like some kind of drill, like some kind of air hammer. It's like blah, 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 blah. This one sounds like I don't even know it's on. It's crazy. I don't think there's any difference in them physically other than the skin and the display, but maybe there is some more substantial stuff going on inside. But yeah, so far it's printing really nice.
so
So
you'll
wonders-
have to do. You have to do like a live cat and stream it working.
Oh yeah, definitely. I had a couple ideas that I never got to act on in the past, so I just got to now remember what I was going to do when the thing died. But I had like a bunch of ideas actually right when it died.
And
Has Gizzard been drinking? Has he been drinking more water that was left out for more than an hour? Seven Wonders is saying they saw a documentary about killer bees all over Arizona. They came in, I don't think the 90s, but they came in like a long, long time ago. And everybody was super worried when they first came in. And now you get concerned when you're walking like out in the desert or something. If, you know, I'm used to seeing bees because that's just a thing in the desert. But, and there's like cactuses and stuff. So there'll be times of years when the bees are doing their thing. And I don't know, y'all have bees? Like the bees around here, like they're, especially if you're out in the desert where there's not a bunch of trees and you got kind of like most of the vegetation is about up to your armpits. So you can kind of see, and there's not a lot of trees. So you can, the bees can definitely like fly all around. The scout bees that are doing their thing, like looking, they're different than the bees that are, I don't know, I don't know what the other bees do, gather or whatever they do. So if you're around the bees that are like clustering, it's different than being around a couple of scout bees. So whenever people are around bees that are doing anything other than scouting, they freak out now. So that's about as close as we get to freaking out.
yeah, here's let me share this. Here's a news story about it.
It's not so much faster as it's just, I think the old machine was falling apart and now the new one is just much smoother. But they still print at the same speed, essentially.
Here's a little clip from a news story about killer bees.
Yeah, that's the kind we have here.
You must be the. That's right, Gringo. The killer bees.
Don't want to get a copyright. Right.
Oh, you know they'll go after you too.
Yeah, they're gonna monetize this. We're talking about camel milk just 5 minutes ago.
Next Saturday Night Live, there'll be like a whole camel milk skit.
Sounds of it. Yeah, I just put out the other day. It's kind of warmed up during the day, so I put out my bee traps. If you get them out early, you can sometimes catch the queens. Is when the yellow jackets, when they start building, they come out of dormancy and build their nest. They still have to fly around themselves um, to get food. So sometimes you can catch them when they're first building the nests, and then you don't get as many. And then it actually will help for the next year, since there weren't that many hives this year. There won't be more queens for next year, so you'll get a couple years of less yellow jackets. Michael Dunn said bees can remember images like human faces, so don't piss bees.
Huh.
Yeah, the one we had on the edge of the planting bed last year that I talked about trying to get rid of, and I pumped sprayed it with different foams and chemicals, and couldn't kill it off. And I finally got it by just laying the hose down and putting it on a little more than a trickle. Left it there for like an hour and flooded them out.
Yeah, I agree. Yellow jackets are fucking terrible.
Yep. I bought a beekeeper suit last year to deal with them. It's like, I think it was $50 on Amazon or something like that. But then I got the suit on and I'm going to deal with them. And I was like, what are the odds that I didn't read the description all the way? And somewhere in this, it was like, do not use this to actually get rid of bees. Remember, this is just a costume.
A Halloween costume.
Yeah. I was like, this is really going to suck.
They can still sting through a
Yes. Beekeeper suit.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's I was just watching probably an Instagram guy that he was doing some experiment. He grabbed some angry yellow jackets, put them in a box, and was going to put his arm in it. It was like a little bit later, just to see if they were still angry. But it was a short, so it didn't. It might have been YouTube. I think it was a short, so it didn't show him actually putting his arm in. I don't know.
I always use brake cleaner to kill them, but I don't know. Does the actual wasp killing stuff work better? I just always have it.
So you knocked all the rust off their yellow jackets?
It's real fun when you're like up on a ladder and shooting that above your head and then it's raining down on top of you. Like, oh, I'm covering myself in brake cleaner. It was good.
Yeah, I've got I got an attachment so I can put it on my I forget how long I've got a 12-foot pole and might be like a 16-foot, so I can get the peaks on the sides of the house.
Mm-hmm.
There's an attachment so it'll hold a can of bee spray. Then it's got a rope so you can actuate it, and I can spray the eaves and stuff.
Yeah, being 18 feet up on a ladder when you're getting attacked by wasps is not fun.
Yeah, when we had our house painted, that's what the painters were telling me. Yeah, they were chased around by the bees. We get one part just outside the master bedroom. There's a kind of like a dormer. It's real small, and we'll get the wasp nest up there every year. And usually I'll just slide open the window and then, spray up from there. It'll usually get them. The wasps aren't that bad. They're not as aggressive as the yellow jackets. But I still would prefer them not to be there.
I like it when you open up a car that's been sitting for a while. You open the door, and the wasp nest just rips in half. You're like, oh, fuck, this is bad.
Yeah.
They just fly out at you. That's fun. I had that happen with my truck, which is red, so it kind of attracts them. But I never opened the passenger door. It had been like, I don't know, 6 months. I opened the passenger door, big ass wasp nest.
We'll just get small ones, in the around the trunk, or not really on the. Well, I guess we use the doors probably enough that it doesn't get there. But like my wife's car and her trunk we'll get little ones, but they usually don't stay. Seven Wonder said yellow jackets are really mean. Got attacked by them once. Reaction was to brush them off. Big mistake. My hands looked like the Elephant Man. And Mike McClune says, stepped on a mud wasp nest in my backyard when I was a kid, and they lit me up from head to toe. When I was a kid, probably 5th, 6th grade maybe, a friend and I were walking down a dry creek bed, and there's this pile of fireworks. And so, it's free fireworks out in the woods. And we went over to pick them up, and there was a nest right there. That's why there was a pile of fireworks right there. Somebody had dropped them, and I got stung we both got stung in the face a couple times, and but
I always keep my fireworks by bees.
I was a counselor at a camp one year, and we were doing hide and seek, and I crawled under a bush, and it was right next to a ground nest, which was nobody found me. I stayed still and they didn't bother me. But anytime the kids would come around, the bees would kind of start flying around, and it would scare them off. So I won.
That's like Rambo First Blood Part 2 level hide and seek there.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Did you cover yourself in mud also?
Oh.
I'm like the bee whisperer, like in Beastmaster. They're like the mix between the ferrets and the hawk. They do what I want and then carry stuff around and bring it to me and stuff.
Gary said when we were in Houston for NRAM last year, we were sitting outside a restaurant. Snob sat down on a curb and got attacked by fire ants. Bad idea. Well, that's because Snob is full of barbecue sauce.
Never sit down in Texas.
I never gave him any of my sauce. He kept asking for it, but I told him no. No means no.
Yeah, I think that, I don't know, when I was a kid, I was in Hawaii. Yeah, my cousin and I got bit. And I think they were fire ants, I'm guessing, because it burned. But I don't know for sure. So that was in the 70s, and I had not heard of fire ants before. So I don't know. But I think
probably volcano ants.
It felt like it.
They'd be home volcano ants.
Should we do that for a challenge one time? Who can get bit by the most?
Oh, I think you're going to say how many fire ants you can eat.
Yeah, hold them in your mouth.
That doesn't sound very vegan.
Which one of us is vegan?
I was waiting for the ant milk joke.
Ant milk. That'd probably be expensive by the gallon, I'm guessing. It's a lot of ants. Would it be an ant milk farm?
That's what one of the main products of an ant farm is, I suppose.
Yeah, you can't really milk them. You just got to squeeze them.
We talk about robots. That's always a good subject.
I love how robots can't pronounce anything correctly, like milk.
I don't know. Do I say milk? I say milk. Milk.
Milk.
Milk.
Milk.
Milk.
Well, some people say eel in the middle of it.
Milk. Oh, that's it's probably more like Gary says. Milk.
Cow juice.
Cow squeezins.
Did I pronounce half and half correctly? I fucked that up too.
Half and half.
Is where I say there's no I in milk. Right?
If you were going to go to the store right now and buy one bag of chips, no dip, what chips are you buying?
Tim's Cascade Jalapeno.
Is that a potato chip?
Mm-hmm. It's a thick kettle chip.
Or does it locally sourced?
The Ruffles, I think it's like third less fat.
What?
'Cause-
You won't eat low sugar free, but you'll eat sugar or fat free?
Well, no, it's because they're not as salty, not as greasy as regular Ruffles.
Honey barbecue twist. Interesting. That's the first non-potato chip. Oh, no, because it says Doritos. Those aren't potato chips. What about barbecue? He's scared to answer that one?
I'm thinking. I'm not a big chip eater,
Oh,
unfortunately.
Moose says salt and vinegar, Lay's salt and vinegar.
I've been on the shoestring potatoes recently. I bought a little bag of them at the store the other day. Now I can't get enough eating shoestring potatoes.
I used to really like those, and then a few years ago, I hadn't had them for a while, so hey, I'll buy some, and really didn't like them anymore.
Yeah, I don't like them, but I also very much like them.
Did you have a choice, barbecue?
I guess I would have to go with something by Hers or Snyder. Probably go with like the dill pickle chip, just because my kids like it so much. That way, when they come mooching, I have something that they'll want to eat.
So everybody picked a potato chip. Is that because you like potato chips other than the other ones, or because you thought it was a potato chip thing? You didn't pick like a corn chip or any other kind of chip.
Oh no, I thought about a tortilla chip, but the task was pick a potato chip, not and you said no dip, which that's also would count as a dip. So since there's no dip or anything included, I'm not picking a tortilla chip.
Yeah, but you count like a Doritos as a dipping chip?
No, I just don't want a Dorito. I mean, Doritos are good, but as a whole, like actually, I mean, if I'm gonna dip a Dorito, you should try dipping a Dorito in macaroni salad. Yeah, especially if you get that really soupy Amish style macaroni salad.
Oh, come on.
Seven Wonders said,
I'm not a fan of the soupy macaroni salad, but just saying, if you get it, that's the way to go.
Seven Wonders said Kettle Backyard Barbecue, New York Outcast Kettle Salt and Pepper. I don't like Kettle chips because they're thick.
I love kettle
Ooh.
chips.
Not always. They're not always. I've had some. I don't know what the brand is, but I know I've had some that are super thin, and they were really good. They were super crinkly.
He beat the system. Dorito with melted cheese. That's
I
not a
didn't say
dip.
I didn't say you couldn't do something like that.
Yep.
Gizzard's on something. He's on the chicken sauce. Maybe he should be sleeping. He's pulling a DJ, and he's just like been awake for 3 or 4 days.
Gary's getting punchy.
He's not
He
clipping
needs a
his
warm
claws.
glass of milk.
He's not clipping his claws anymore.
Strawberry milk.
I remember Doritos used to have a habanero flavor. Do you remember
Oh,
this?
they can't find Doritos.
Oh,
I don't
those
know
were
if people
awesome.
are gonna freak
Why?
out.
Why did they stop making those?
Because companies suck.
I love hot shit. I don't know if you can tell, but I hate lime. So
Yep.
trying to find hot chips that don't have lime in it, it's pretty hard these days.
Yeah, Pink was saying, good luck finding Doritos. Frito-Lay's is having supply issues with nacho cheese flavoring. We haven't
Oh.
seen a problem with that here yet.
Let's say shelves are stocked full here.
And Seven Wonders said Doritos now makes a non-GMO white cheddar version.
Interesting.
Sounds fake.
I just got some of their salsa verde. Those are pretty good.
Michael Dunn wants to know, any of you like that popcorn that comes in a bag? My kid likes that stuff. Give me some real popcorn.
That's not too bad.
It's
white
all
cheddar?
right. I don't know. I just prefer regular, just salted popcorn, not the cheddar.
Does he mean like in a plastic bag or the paper bag that you microwave?
I think he's talking in the plastic bag, the bagged, pre-popped popcorn.
It has its place.
What
It's
about
not the same
those
thing.
kinds that are made by Cheetos and they're not popcorn, but they kind of look like a blob instead of a Cheeto, instead of a hot dog? You know, and I don't know what they're called, but they're kind of like a popcorn, but there's no kernel in it. You don't have to worry about that part.
I haven't tried them.
Y'all have the deals like out here, they'll have it's more than caramel corn. You know, what's the other thing called? Where they put in a giant bag? Kettle corn.
Yeah,
kettle
I don't like kettle corn. So is it caramel corn or caramel corn?
Caramel.
If it's fancy, it's caramel. And if it's not, then it's caramel.
Did he misspell that? Or am I misreading it?
Well, that's camel milk corn. That's a whole different thing.
Camel corn?
It comes with that's a camel milk.
Camel
glaze.
corn does not sound appetizing.
It's got a camel milk glaze on it.
You have to wear a camel hair suit when you eat your camel corn. Oh, there's only a couple brands of caramel corn that I like, and they're kind of smaller companies, so it's hard to find them.
Yeah, I'd
but
always buy mine local.
I don't. The best one. Well, God, one of the best ones is the the ones the Boy Scouts have, the sea salt caramel corn. They sell in the tins for a lot of money. It's really good. But I can't remember the name of it. It had a picture of, it's like Sailor something. It's an old guy with a corncob pipe, and I don't remember the brand. It's been a long time since I've seen it, so they might have gone out of business. Michael Dunn makes homemade caramel corn. Guns of Water said butter toffee. Oops. Butter toffee and almond corn.
Place next to me used to make Marionberry. Pretty damn good.
Gary said Cracker Jack is okay, but I'm not a big fan of the peanuts. No, I am not either. That's like a little stone trying to eat a rock.
Caramel corn was invented in the United States in the late 19th or 20th century.
Man, the side chat's pretty interesting tonight. I don't know if I can put that one up.
Wesley Foster said Cape Cod potato chips are $6.99 here. The popcorn is $1.50. Seven Wonders likes cashews and pecans. Is it pecan or pecan?
Pecan.
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 I heard it was probably Instagram video, somebody talking about the proper pronunciation based on the Native American word. I don't remember which one it was.
Pecan.
I don't care for cashews. Pecans are okay. They kind of taste like walnuts.
I once got corrected on how to pronounce my hometown by my cousin who was from South America. And she thought it was named after a Spanish person. She's like rolling her R on it. It's like, no, it's not. It's named after a white pioneer that showed up here in like the 1800s. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, it says that the Algonquin language is where pecan comes from, and it was originally Paccan. So pecan? Packin? I want to say that. Paccan is how it was originally said.
Mike McClune's bringing up pecan pie. I've never had pecan pie. I hear it's popular.
It's okay.
You either like it or you don't.
And Pink is saying, you guys in your fancy pants nuts. I just eat generic salted nuts. I like the lighted salted peanuts. If you look at the jar for the salted peanuts, there's a lot of other stuff other than salt. And the lightly salted will tend to be just salt and peanuts.
Somebody licked off the rest for you?
Yeah, because the regular salted will have like dextrose and a whole bunch of extra stuff in there. And sugar. Some of them will have like sugar in it. You know, sometimes you just want nuts in your mouth. You don't want sugary nuts in your mouth.
Yep. Happens.
Sunflower seeds.
I do like sunflower seeds. Moo said, I don't mind Brazil nuts. I can't remember why my grandpa used to call them that. I don't care for Brazil nuts either. They're okay. I don't think they're that great.
I thought they were called Brazil nuts because they came from Brazil.
They're good for you. They got a lot of stuff in them. It's good for you.
Yeah,
You
I thought
can
they had a
burn
lot
them.
of antioxidants.
There's a lot of oil in them. You can burn them like a candle. Guns and Waters. I tried pecan pie from Whole Foods. Oh,
Do we have any of those around us?
I was thinking Trader Joe's, not Whole Foods. Which Trader Joe's sucks. It's really expensive, and their stuff isn't that great. My wife likes it, but oh, Gary's getting upset. He says it's pecan. Pecan.
He has a link. He can come in.
That's right. You know where to find the link, Gary. You're in the. Oh, God damn it. Hang on.
Bruce
Stop
Banner's
it.
pissed.
Yeah. All right. At the bottom of the screen, there is a scroll going with an email on tacticalfaucet@gmail.com and a link. You can send in comments, suggestions, or pictures within reason. And in the description, there's a link for the Guilded server, which, Gary, there is a link in the Guilded server. If you want to come in and talk about pecans. And if you watch this in replay, leave a comment. I always read the comments. They're always appreciated. Anything we talk about, you agree with, disagree with, or think we left out. I was just thinking about that today, that I need to make, like you were saying, like a short video to say all this, so we hopefully won't forget to do it. And like always, I forgot to do it. Two Live Moose said, pecans are what truckers uses to go pee. I think usually they use a bottle. You don't want an open top can.
Theoretically, there must be a clean version of you doing that spiel in the 120 shows we've done.
The AI can find it.
Seven Wonders said he's used the 32-ounce bottles on trips. I would rather just pull over.
When you can
Maybe
pull
they
over,
have,
it's fine, but sometimes you end up in a place where you can't jump out of the truck and just whip it out, so you got to crawl back in the sleeper and grab a Gatorade bottle and let her rip. Problem is when you start to fill up that Gatorade bottle and you're like, oh, crap. So then you're like, oh, we're going to start carrying around one of those $1 gallon jugs from the Dollar Tree.
How's your vehicle smell after you do that?
Well, the key is you put a small amount of mouthwash in the jug. That way, for a couple things. One, it smells like mouthwash still. It doesn't smell like urine. Two, if you decide to dump it out or anything, you're not going to get whacked by the police for dumping hazardous materials. Because if they were to come up and be like, oh, you're dumping out urine, and you say, well, officer, pretty sure this is green, and well, I don't know if you've ever peed green urine, but I know I've never peed green urine, and well, this is clearly minty smelling, and well, never pissed mint smelling urine either, have you? So, because I have heard about a couple drivers who were cited for dumping urine. Which funny thing is, actually, one was actually cited in Pennsylvania. Heard about it on the radio. And the funny thing is, Pennsylvania does not have a statute against public urination. So if he would have apparently just done it straight from his junk, no problem. Since he did it into a bottle and then dumped it out, it's disposing of hazardous material.
I guess that kind of makes sense. Because if he didn't pee in the bottle, he peed like on the side of the road. He had to pee, right? But you dumping out the bottle, you could do that anywhere you wanted. Right? Welcome to the show.
Well, it's kind of like when I worked at the shipyard. If a seagull pooped in the water, that's okay. But if it poops on the dock and then you wash it off into the water, that's a violation.
Really?
Yep.
What are you supposed to do with it? Leave it there?
Yeah.
Lick it up.
That, or if it's dried, then when you're sweeping up, you sweep it up and bag it. Goes. Usually, we were working with hazardous materials, so it goes with the asbestos and the PCBs. How's it going, Gary?
Man, it don't get any better than this.
So how do you say milk?
Milk.
Again?
Mill. Say mill, as in, a sawmill, and then you put a K at the end of that. Milk. There's no E in there anyway.
Milk.
Milk. There you go. You're learning, man.
So what's your favorite type of milk?
For just drinking or to put on my
Sure.
cereal?
Whole milk, 2%. What are you doing?
Oh, whole milk. All
There
the
you
way.
go.
Mm-hmm. Don't be putting water in my milk.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The only time I have whole milk is when we visit my mother-in-law, because that's what you get in Japan is whole milk. Other than that, usually 2%, because that's what we grew up with was 2%, so that's what I like.
Me too. That's why I like whole milk. I grew up with margarine in my house. That's why I never have it in my place. It's always
I used
butter.
to until I took a what was it? Health and human nutrition class, and the professor said, she was talking about margarine versus butter, and she goes, "In my house, we have butter." So I figured it's probably the better way to go.
Okay, mayonnaise or Miracle Whip?
Miracle Whip is awful, and only awful people eat it.
Correct answer.
Mayonnaise.
Black Cat Outdoors is out there. He knows all
Like
about
that.
this bottles. Probably getting ready for work.
Has he found any real dinosaurs yet? Not those fake ones.
No, they're all paper mache.
Yeah. Yeah, I grew up with 2% and margarine. I can't stand that crap. Is margarine even legal anymore?
Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately.
we use, my wife likes I forget what brand it is, but it's butter and then it's cut with canola, so it's spreadable.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
For a while, she got into coconut butter, which
You just buy
Made
you an
really good-
old-fashioned butter dish and let your butter sit out at room temperature.
get a
Yes.
butter bell.
And it's quite spreadable.
Yep.
You just got to knead it for a while and then spread it on your.
No, you take butter out of the refrigerator and you cut off a piece of that and you put it on your toast and then you proceed to tear a hole in the middle of it. That's why you set it out at room temperature. I know, I've done it.
Don't doubt the gizzard.
It's too early for the dinosaurs. No, it's too late for the dinosaurs yet. They're gone now.
They had their time.
That's right. They don't.
If they ever
all they're gonna
existed. Which they didn't, because the Earth is flat.
There are still people that believe that they still exist in Africa. I forget what river it is.
Denial, because Black Cat's in denial.
I mean, if the Earth isn't flat, how come I can't just coast downhill all the time in my vehicle? Right?
Oh god, I'm sorry. I'm just laughing so hard because I know Black Cat's on the other end of this, just cussing up a storm. Oh shit! There's so many fuck you guys going on right now that we cannot hear. Oh.
Black Cat said, well, technically, Gary's poultry peeps are still related, so they kind of do still exist.
That's what I've heard.
Just because they made paper mache to look like chickens doesn't mean that your made up creatures were related. You can say they were related, but if I make up a creature to look like humans doesn't mean that they were related. It just means I made up a creature and said it was related.
Well, even all the fossils, any dinosaur bones, anything like that are found, they are not actually dinosaurs. They are minerals.
Yes, 100%. Do a DNA test. Good luck. Nope, not gonna happen. Do a mineral test. I just got a text. Did Black Cat just text us?
Hey, just replied out in the chat.
Oh.
What do you think the best dinosaur for barbecue would have been? If
Oh,
they're
it's gotta be
related to chickens.
Kind of too big to fit on the barbecue, aren't they?
It's got to be Brontosaurus.
Be a damn big barbecue.
That's what. Well, I guess Fred Flintstone had the ribs. I was thinking steak, but he had ribs. That's what flipped his car over. Yeah, Tulay Musa said dinosaurs weren't in the Bible.
Yeah, explain that one, Black Cat.
That's true. I don't remember them being.
Well, that's because they couldn't fit on the ark during the flood. That's why there's no unicorns. Guns and Water said T-Bone Rex.
I want to know why Noah saved the killer bees, but not the unicorns. Like, how evil was the unicorn?
Well, see, no, the bees weren't killers on the Ark. It was after that they took a turn for the worst, got in with the wrong kind of people, and they went down the wrong path, became killer bees.
That's true.
Guns and Water said the dragon is a dinosaur.
Like a Komodo dragon. Probably pronounced that wrong too.
Komodo or dragon?
Yes.
Yeah, see, Pink is saying bad bee social upbringing.
Well, they come from bad hives, you see.
Can you rehabilitate a killer bee?
You'd have to get him out of the colony first and deprogram him somehow. I'm sure there's a 12-step program out there somewhere.
You got to get him off his honey.
This has kind of gone weird.
A little bit.
You think?
You noticed?
Can
This
blame
entire
Black
chat's
Cat.
been weird. Ever since I brought up milk.
That was the spark, yeah. But you can't say it hasn't been lively.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna bring M. Gabriel says I'm a king bee buzzing. I was gonna bring up that song, but I didn't know if anybody else would get it.
I don't
I
know
don't get
it.
it.
King Bee.
Nope.
It was Blues Brothers sang King Bee on Saturday Night Live.
I only saw the
Black-
movie.
Black Cat said dragon is not dinosaur. Prove it.
The one with John Goodman was better.
Oh, you don't start. Don't start.
So glad that guy died. I don't even remember his name.
I actually never saw it. I chose not to see it. I knew I would not be happy with it, so I didn't watch Blues Brothers. Was it 2000?
Yep.
Most of the time, sequels are disappointing.
Wrath of Khan is one of the exceptions.
That's true. It's actually one of the better ones in the series.
A lot of people believe it's better than the first one. I didn't mind the first one and all its slow pacing, and then the cloud monster, which it wasn't the cloud. It was basically a digital life form, a computer life form. I didn't mind it. A lot of people don't like it. But the second one was definitely better. We're talking Star Trek, for those who might not know.
Oh, okay.
I like the one with the Save the Whales.
You know,
I could-
the
Hotline.
Voyage Home. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't stand that.
Oh, that was good.
Fucking hippies.
I love that movie.
Never mind him. He had too much LDS when he was young.
I liked probably after Khan, the Undiscovered Country. It's probably the one I liked the most after the second one.
Nuclear vessels. Yes.
Black Cat's favorite dinosaur is a Megasaurus. I haven't heard of that one.
Black Cat's maybe ancient aliens were killed, or ancient aliens killed the dinosaurs.
Could be.
Why did the dinosaurs make any hieroglyphs of the ancient aliens before they killed them? Because the dinosaurs weren't real.
Have a good night, Michael. Well, there are the hieroglyphs that show the. Some say it's a light bulb.
Yes.
And then there's the. God, which was the airplane? Was it Mayan? The little toy that looked like an airplane.
Yep.
I love that aliens had incandescent light bulbs instead of LEDs when they showed up.
Well, they had unlimited power. They didn't need to save energy.
Well, the glow you get from incandescent is much better than a LED, though LEDs have come quite a long ways. It's like the LED Christmas lights.
Oh, he wants a link now, huh?
Who, Black Cat?
Yeah.
Sorry, Cool Kids Club. You gotta not believe in dinosaurs because, well, they're fake, and we all know that the Earth is flat. Like Baron said, otherwise, why couldn't you just put your car in neutral and start coasting downhill perpetually?
Exactly. I mean, we'd save so much more gas if the Earth was round. That's just science.
Boom. Mic drop.
Well, why is it that if you're looking at a ship that's going over the horizon, if you zoom in after it goes out of eyesight, you'll still see it with a high-powered zoom? Explain that, Black Cat.
You probably have to restate it.
I fucking hate all of you. It's too early for this fucking shit. Just wanted to come in and say that.
Where are you headed today?
I'm on my way in. I gotta go to. It's a long fucking story. I got to make
Is it downhill?
several stops are in Baltimore and then in Aberdeen. And
Whoa,
I'm-
careful. Aberdeen's getting really close to the edge. Don't go off of it.
yeah. Yes, I'm happy. Your Flat Earth peeps have supporters all over the globe.
Well, they actually say that on their website.
Yeah. Flat Earth Society has members all around the globe. Yeah. Oh God. I know this is funny, but yeah, there are people this fucking stupid out there. So
Yep.
You're not a believer in the firmament?
the firmament, yes, yeah. I love the crystal dome around the planet. It's like the snow globe Earth thing. Yeah.
Well, I saw that on the Truman Show. That's real.
Yes. Yeah.
What, you don't believe in Snowball Earth?
No, that's different. I said snow globe Earth, not snowball Earth.
Well, all right, so what the fuck is Snow Globe Earth? I have not heard about this one.
Oh no, the firmament was the crystalline dome that surrounds the planet, not the planet.
Oh.
The hat. So if you think of the Earth as flat, there's a dome over everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I've heard that one.
Yeah. Which is how. No, I'm not going to get into this. I don't want to do this. The flat Earth peeps think that if you go up high enough, you'll hit the dome. Well, some of them do. They really don't have any, like, they can't explain this shit, so they don't really have.
Well, that's
Some of them I think there's a dome, and some don't. I don't know.
there's some that also believe there are no satellites in orbit. They're hung from balloons.
Mhm.
I mean, we just shot a few of those down. I mean, that's proof.
You can't have an orbit around the flat Earth. It depends on, because it depends on which flat earther it is. I just listened to it. There was a short the other day from there's a guy that's named Simon Dan. He's like a British debunking channel, and he had a video out. It was one of the big flat earthers named Nathan Oakley. They asked him to convert meters into kilometers, and he couldn't fucking do it. And he's British, so
Wow.
he couldn't understand that going from meters to kilometers, you just divide by 1,000. Like, we're in increments of 10 here.
Seven Wonders said he flew all the way around the Earth. It's not flat.
Oh, that's just marketing.
So if you fly all the way around the Earth, do you go like backwards in time? Is that?
It depends on which direction. You could go forward.
See international date line, something has to happen.
Yeah. So he time traveled.
Yeah. And so
That's
is he
why-
from the future or from the past?
That'll bring the ancient aliens here.
Hold on. He went 88 miles per hour?
And he got 1.21 gigawatts. Something like
Yeah, 1.21 gigawatts.
that. Oh my God.
All I gotta say is, E Honda, eat your heart out, man. You got nothing on this jet.
Well, he doesn't really do the fun conspiracies anymore.
I know.
He still has a show.
Who was it? There's been flat earthers on chats before. It's fun. I've never been in with an actual dinosaurs
NEA
on
had him on
Earth.
his chats a couple times. I can remember those.
Yeah. I think I was in one of those before. They make no sense. Years ago.
Yeah, we've been around a while.
The amount of cognitive dissonance in that was just like, okay. You cannot possibly be this fucking stupid.
I think you'd be surprised.
Yeah, I guess I can. It's
Think
more of a will. At some point, it becomes more of a willful ignorance when you show somebody something and like they're just like, nope. Okay.
Think of how smart the average American is.
Well, it's
then
an average.
half of people are dumber than that.
Dumber than that. Yeah.
Yeah.
there's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I say it all the time. Like, I look at a lot of the people that I get to associate with on YouTube. I'm like, there's a lot of smart son of a guns out there where I'm like, man, I'm a friggin' idiot, which I know I'm a friggin' idiot before I talk to those people. But the thing that scares the shit out of me is most of the people that I get to associate with in everyday life look at me as the fucking smart guy. And that
Wow,
scares the
there's
shit out of
really dumb fucking people.
me. Yes.
Let's just look at it this way. The majority of this world thinks that, right about the time spring starts, if you set the clocks forward an hour, that it actually makes the days longer.
Yeah, for Washington, we were supposed to stop doing that.
I thought the whole country was supposed to.
Yeah, I thought so.
After this, this was the last time.
But they couldn't because I can't remember if it's the Senate has to vote on it. Not the state Senate, the actual Senate has to vote to approve it, and they haven't done that.
I thought that was already done.
We haven't been able to do it in our state.
I thought it was done federally.
Yeah, I thought it was
Um,
passed nationwide. We were supposed to have
I-
full-time daylight savings time.
I'm not sure because I looked it up. I don't know, a week ago or so, and what I had read, was maybe it was just I was looking at stuff dealing with our state. So
Well, I know what the problem is. You still think Washington is part of the U.S.
Whoa.
I know what the problem is. Like, Black Cat thinks the Earth is round and it's actually flat. Boss thinks that time is circular when it is actually linear.
That's what happened to all the dinosaurs. They fell off the fucking edge.
So where'd they go?
well, they all got too close to the side and it tipped.
So we're on the
Yeah,
other
man.
side now, or what?
Well, no, there's no other side. It's flat. They fell down from the pillars of Earth. We're supported on pillars.
So
There's a large guy and we're on his shoulder. That's
Or a turtle. Should be a turtle.
so they're somewhere on a pillow now, is what you're telling me.
Wait a minute. Does that make the T-Rex a pillow biter then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's what
I'm
that
pretty
My
sure.
Pillow guy does for real. Is he make?
An asteroid hit the dome, cracked
I'm
it,
pretty
and
sure.
all the dinosaurs got sucked down.
I'm pretty sure the My Pillow guy thinks people rode dinosaurs. So
All right, hold on. Best dinosaur to ride if you could have ridden a dinosaur.
best dinosaur to ride.
Yeah, if you could have ridden a dinosaur, what dinosaur would you want to ride?
Stegosaurus.
What?
one of the
You got
raptors,
fucking-
the fast
You're gonna
ones.
get a plate up your ass if you ride Stegosaurus.
I'd be behind the plate.
Oh. I mean, you could have they have plates the whole way down their back. Triceratops. I mean, you got something to grip onto there with the horns.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of.
Oh, yeah. See, Stegosaurus is not fucking Triceratops or any.
Which one am I? What did I say?
Thing.
The horned ones are the ceratopsians. Yeah, there's multiple
Stegosaurus
ones.
that has the club on the tail, doesn't it? The
Which one has
Stegosaurus.
better milk?
No.
Brachiosaurus.
Stegosaurus had like bony plates going all down his back, and then his tail had like spikes coming out of it. The club on the back would have been Ankylodon. That looked like kind of like a big flat turtle looking thing with a club on its back.
So if I rode one of those, it'd probably be a one-time thing.
Oh yeah. Especially since both of them were about the size of like an RV. So
Pink
I don't know how
said,
Stegosaurus would do of riding either. He had like one of the smallest brains in the dinosaur kingdom.
So he's a Democrat. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pink said we're flying on Gamera's back.
Oh, there you go.
Two Live Moose said pterodactyl, and Seven Wonders said pterodactyl.
You couldn't really ride a pterodactyl. They're not that big. Pterodactyl probably only weighed like 30 pounds.
Clover could.
That may be Clover, yeah. That's that's like that Jurassic World movie when the pterodactyls were flying in and picking people up and shit. Yeah, they couldn't do that. They only weighed like 30 or 40 pounds.
But
That's
how
like-
much do they weigh when you combine them with frog DNA?
Yeah, I never understood the frog DNA thing either. Why would you combine amphibian DNA with dinosaur? They're not fucking amphibians. Like, how would that work? I think you got to look when that book was written. They didn't really have a whole lot of DNA sequencing done.
They
I
hadn't
mean,
falsified the data yet?
No, like they knew what DNA was, but we hadn't even completely sequenced the human genome at that point.
I know, I'm fucking with you.
The book came out in like 90, I think, or 89, somewhere back then. So I don't think the Human Genome Project was even close to done yet. So if we hadn't even sequenced our first animal's DNA, we hadn't sequenced anything else. Which, when you think about it, it took them like a decade to sequence like the human genome the first time. Now you can sequence a genome in like a day.
I got a question about that movie. You're showing your kid Jurassic Park. Do you even bother with the sequels? Any of them?
Nah.
Maybe the second one was okay. The
maybe.
second book was fairly good, but they fucked around with the first movie versus the first book. I read the first book and the second book, but they screwed around with the story so much that it's kind of like I think the second movie starts out with the little girl getting eaten by dinosaurs, and that happened at the beginning of the original book.
Well, she doesn't actually get eaten. She lives in the movie.
In the movie, not in the book.
Yeah.
The little Compy tear her apart. Those were Compsognathus.
Yeah, they should have definitely killed her in the movie.
Yeah,
would have really set a tone.
Which would be really funny if I put up a picture of here's the argument for you guys that wanted me to show you birds and dinosaurs. Download a picture of Compsognathus, Microraptor, and say a chicken, and look at the three of them side by side, because those three you would have a hard time distinguishing, especially if you didn't have a head.
Do you think they would taste good deep fried and breaded?
It would probably taste like chicken.
Tastes like my raptor, deep fried.
All right, I'm going in here and getting a cup of coffee, guys. I'll be right back.
All right, quick, everybody, let's go.
Would it be the first time we've done that to Black Cat?
What? Come on, I'm trying to get some coffee. I gotta get to fucking work here.
Fine.
What you should have done, boss, is just put everybody in the green room and then just ducked out real quick.
Two Live Moo asks, so are the Globetrotters a lie? Damn sports ball. I saw the Globetrotters when I was a kid. It was very entertaining.
So that back when Metal Arc Lemon was still playing? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Then it was good. Krillin Neal, Metal Arc
Yeah.
Lemon. Yeah.
That was probably late 70s, maybe early 80s. I was in grade school. Baron put out links for everybody that's kind of been out here on the in the chat. Let me do this while I'm thinking about it. Hopefully this is the right one. GearWebsites.com for all your 2A related t-shirts, patches, stickers, books, web design, web consulting, you name it, he can probably help you with it. GearWebsites.com. Barbecue. Is there anything you would like to plug?
Just like to remind everybody that dinosaurs are fake, the earth is flat, veganism is Satanism, No, I'm joking about all that. But I'd like to remind everybody that there is a hearing about gun control and blah, blah, blah tomorrow in Pennsylvania. I'm going to be streaming that live. I believe it takes place at 1:30 p.m. So I will be, again, streaming that live. So check that out. We also have a rally coming up in PA on June 12th. Thanks to Black Cat for letting me know about both of those things. So check into both of those if you're a PA resident. Check into the live stream tomorrow anyways, whether you're a PA resident or not. See what vitriol the representatives for PA are wanting to spew. And yeah, thanks for the invite as always, Boss. Great chat. A very odd one tonight. A great time as always. Thank you.
Yeah, that reminds me. Later today, 8 o'clock this morning, there is a hearing for the assault weapons ban in Washington, up at the Capitol in Olympia, at the Senate building, room number 4. And then also, it was for a pre-purchase licensing, but they've dropped the license part, but have kept the training. So there's a hearing for those, 8 o'clock. If you're going to go, I'm thinking it'll probably be one of the busier ones. A lot of people will be there, so maybe show up a little early to find parking. If you go, I should be there. I'm planning on going. And Gizzard, is there anything you would like to plug?
Why, thank you. Yeah, Friday nights, 9 p.m. Central. That's 10 p.m. Eastern, and God only knows what time it is out in your part of the woods. Probably 7. I don't know. Foul Territory. That's a live stream on my channel. Be glad to have everybody come there. And once again, thanks for the invite. Good show. Different for darn sure.
Well, thanks for showing up.
You bet.
Black Cat, you got your coffee or are you still out?
I got my coffee.
So, do you have anything in the works?
I don't. I think Barbecue just mentioned the hearing in PA today. I'll try and post a link on that on my channel here this morning sometime. I might be a chance I can go to it for a little bit. We'll see. If I can, I'll stream from there. If not, well, it's my work schedule is going to get in the way since our lovely Democratic caucus decided to pull this as a last minute deal and not have anybody have time to get off at work to show up for it. Yep. Although they do have speakers planned, so they knew this was coming. They just didn't announce it until the last fucking minute. Amazing how that works. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the speakers they have listed look like it is entirely anti-gun speakers. Because I think some of them they've had there before. So we're trying to, I know of at least one other person that I've been to different rallies and stuff with that's going to try and go. And if I can find somewhere to park and snag a ride with him, I'm going to get a ride into the city and try and go to it for an hour or so. It's only supposed to be like an hour and a half meeting. So we'll see how it goes.
G-Webs, are you there? He might be busy with his machine. Baron, is there anything you want to plug?
Yes, I'd like to plug our Gilded server, the Overnight. I just got done posting links to all the associated Gilded servers we got. There's a total of 8 so far. I know there's more out there. I need to ask other people for links, though. But, yeah, come. You can find almost everyone that's on the panel right now there. If you want to chit-chat, bug them.
So...
Tell me how to pronounce milk more.
Appreciate everybody. that's been out there in the live chat. And those who might have been listening but didn't say anything, I appreciate you too. And those who watch this in replay, leave a comment. Let me know you were there. Other than that, there's nothing else I can think of. No, I don't have my stuff pulled up. Hang on. Right, somebody was asleep at the wheel, and it wasn't Black Cat this time.
Thank God.
So appreciate everybody, and I hope everybody has a good rest of the night.